With the rising cost of domestic travel in the Philippines, more Filipinos are finding it cheaper to explore our neighboring countries instead. Back in mid-2024, Vietnam Airlines launched direct flights to Manila, giving travelers another option on this popular route between the Philippines and Vietnam. In this video, we're flying Vietnam Airlines in economy class from Hanoi to Manila. Welcome back to Biyahe Menes. After spending 2 full days in Hanoi, it's finally time to head back home to Manila. We're currently on our way to Noi Bai International Airport, which is about 30 kilometers from the city center. Our flight is scheduled just past midnight at 12:05 a.m., but we decided to leave early to avoid any late night traffic or unexpected delays. The hotel arranged the airport transfer for us, but if you're planning your own trip, you can easily book a ride through apps like Grab. The fare from the old quarter to the airport costs about 270,000 Vietnamese dong, or roughly $10 US. The drive took us around 45 minutes. Noi Bai is Vietnam's second largest and busiest airport next to Tan Son Nhat Airport in Ho Chi Minh City, which recently opened a stunning new Terminal 3 for domestic flights. The city is also set to open Long Tan International Airport in 2026. Once completed, it's poised to become one of Southeast Asia's next major global hubs. The airport was already bustling when we arrived. Just like in the Philippines, you'll see families in big groups sending off their loved ones at the terminal. Since we arrived really early, I had time to explore the terminal. If you're looking for food, there's a small dining area on the 3rd level with a couple of restaurants and a cafe. The options are a bit limited though, so don't expect much. The check-in area was a bit confusing when we arrived. There weren't any signs or directions, so we weren't really sure where to line up. We decided to wait things out until the staff came in, which they did, right on the dot at 8 p.m., beginning with a ceremonial bow. Vietnam Airlines usually has dedicated bag drop lanes for online check-in passengers, and this flight was no exception. Luckily, we had already checked in online, which really helped save time. From lining up to dropping off our bags, the whole process took less than 20 minutes. Immigration and security didn't take long, and we were airside in just about 10 minutes. One of the reasons we arrived at the airport early was to check out the Song Hong Lounge, and honestly, it was worth the early trip. The Song Hong Premium Lounge and Bar caters to business class passengers of several airlines, but it also welcomes members of Priority Pass and Lounge Key. The lounge is spacious with plenty of seating and dining areas set up in different configurations. The high ceilings give the place an open and airy feel. One of my favorite spots was this cozy seating area with lamp-like stands. It adds a touch of elegance to the overall vibe of the lounge. But the real highlight here is the food. For a contract lounge, the spread is very impressive. Aside from the usual hot dishes, porridge, and salad bar, they also serve fresh dumplings, which the staff refill regularly. The standouts for me, definitely the Vietnamese spring rolls and the pho station. There were 3 pre-prepared bowls of pho to choose from, and a staff member pours in the broth for you. A simple but such a nice touch. I even spotted a few snacks made by a Filipino company at one of the buffet stations, which was a fun surprise. As for drinks, yes, Vietnam is clearly a Pepsi country. Aside from the canned sodas in the fridge, there's also a soda fountain, a coffee machine, and a selection of teas and juices. In the back corner of the lounge, there's a manned bar where you can order their signature cocktails or a cup of Vietnamese coffee. Tucked away in a quiet nook is a relaxation zone with massage chairs, which my mom and I definitely made use of. Perhaps the only underwhelming part of the lounge are the restrooms. There are only a few, which feels a bit lacking given the size of the space. They do have shower stalls with complete amenities, but they're pretty basic and nothing fancy. Overall, the Songhong Lounge is probably the best contract lounge I've been to so far. It's definitely a great place to spend time if you have a long layover at Hanoi Airport. Now let's head to our gate. If you're new to the channel, my name is Earl and welcome to Biyahe Menes. I do trip reports and airport lounge tours. So if you love aviation content, please consider subscribing. Tonight's flight is operated by an 11-year-old Airbus A321-200 registered Victor November Alpha 608.
Thank you.
Welcome on board Vietnam Airlines flight VN647 bound for Manila. Economy class is arranged in a standard 3-3 configuration and my seat for tonight's flight is 38 Golf. There were no pillows or blankets pre-placed on the seats, but you can request them from the cabin crew if needed. The seat doesn't come with a headrest, but what it lacks in that department, it makes up for in legroom. Officially, it's listed at 32 inches, but it actually feels a bit more generous than that. The tray table slides forward and back, but it doesn't fold in half. Inside the seat back pocket, you'll find a safety card, an air sickness bag, instructions for in-flight streaming, and a copy of the Heritage In-Flight magazine. There's no seatback screen or power outlets on this aircraft, but you do get personal air vents and a coat hook on the side. After boarding was completed, the crew came around to hand out wet tissues to all passengers. Since our seats are near the back of the cabin, I got some early access to check out the lavatory. Here you'll find tissues, a standard sink, a lavender scented hand wash. The toilet was clean, but I noticed it was missing the signature Vietnam Airlines air freshener that usually hangs on this coat hook.
Drop automatically from the seat. Please remain in your seat. Reach up and firmly pull the mask down to activate the oxygen flow. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally while securing the elastic band around your head. Only when you're secured it takes firmly around your waist.
Quý khách không được mặc quần áo khi ở trong máy bay. Tại cửa thoát hiểm, quý khách mặc quần áo bằng cách giật mạnh thẻ đỏ hoặc thổi làm nhẹ van.
Do not inflate it while you're inside the aircraft. The life jacket must only be
Cửa thoát hiểm gần nhất có thể ở phía sau để tránh ngủ của quý khách.
in the cabin. There are 8 exits, 2 at the front, 4 at the middle, and 2 at the rear. The exit line signs located in the ceiling at each exit area and door frame. Please take a few seconds to familiarize yourself with the nearest exit. In some cases, it may be behind you.
Trường hợp hạ cánh khẩn cấp xuống nước, áo phao được để trong túi phía dưới ghế.
Only 10 minutes after takeoff, the cabin crew started serving a late dinner, probably one of the quickest meal services I've seen. This early service allowed some passengers to get some sleep afterward. For dinner, there were two options: chicken or fish with rice. By the time they reached me, only the fish option was left. The tray came with a bread roll and a pound cake for dessert. The bread roll was fresh, which was a nice upgrade from the stale bread we got on our Manila flight. The fish portion was generous and tasted really good. The pound cake was also tasty, but unfortunately I couldn't finish it because I was still pretty full from all the food at the Songhong Lounge. After dinner, the cabin crew came around offering coffee or tea. I went for the coffee and it was surprisingly good. There's no seatback entertainment on this aircraft, but Vietnam Airlines lets you stream content on your own device through their Lotus Star system. Just connect to the Wi-Fi network and you can browse their entertainment library. I'm not the biggest fan of in-flight streaming, especially on planes without power sockets. But for a red-eye flight like this, it's understandable. Hopefully, when Vietnam Airlines refurbishes their narrow-body cabins, they'll add IFE screens for a better experience. We've started our descent to Manila, so let me conclude this trip report with Vietnam Airlines. Our journey began at the bustling Hanoi Noi Bai Airport, where check-in, bag drop, immigration and security all went smoothly. The Songhong Lounge was definitely a highlight and made arriving early at the airport worthwhile. It's a solid contract lounge that can easily compete with some airline lounges. Once on board, the seat offered plenty of legroom, which made up for the lack of in-flight entertainment. The service was quick and the cabin crew were attentive to everyone on board. The food served was also commendable. Overall, Vietnam Airlines is a solid choice when flying to Hanoi. Their current flight schedule is also the most convenient compared to other airlines on this route. Hopefully, as demand grows, we'll see them deploy wide-body aircraft on Manila flights. As for the ticket prices, a one-way journey can cost around $157 while a round trip typically starts at $261. It looks like fares have gone up a bit since Vietnam Airlines launched their Manila routes in June 2024, but there are often sales and promos to watch out for. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip report. If you enjoy the content, please leave a like and consider sharing this video with your family and friends. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this Vietnam Airlines trip report in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell buttons so you stay updated and never miss out on future content. I look forward to having you again in my next video. Bye!
Và đèn hiệu cài xe an toàn đã tắt. Quý khách cẩn thận khi mở ngăn hành lý, kiểm tra kỹ tư trang và tuyệt đối không tự ý mở cửa máy bay. Hành khách sử dụng dây an toàn cho
Sorry.